Hey everybody, it's Kevin from 3D Printed Props. In today's video, we are going to be starting a build I have been wanting to do for so long. We are going to be working on this huge model of the DeLorean from Back to the Future. Now, I've been able to do something that a lot of people who work on this DeLorean model haven't got to do, and that is have a solid 100% body printed in resin. And how I was able to do that was from the sponsor of this video, PCBWay. That's right, you don't only have to get PCBs from them or CNC printing or electronics or things like that. You can get 3D printing. This is a full 3D resin print. It is crazy heavy. It came in smooth as glass, and I was just super excited about it. Head over to their website and check out what they do. It's not just electronics, it is also 3D printing and CNC. It's all sorts of things. Go over there and check out the sponsor, PCBWay. So probably like a lot of you guys, I am a huge fan of the Back to the Future movies. I actually worked in a movie theater through high school and a little bit into college, and I saw all of these in the theater, and I just stand in the back when days I worked, nights I worked, whenever, and watch them over and over again. I just, I love this franchise. And when I saw these files and I saw the level of detail in these, I knew it's something I had to tackle. Now, I got these files from a creator, I believe he's French, and I'm going to mispronounce his name here, but it's Didier Picard. It might not even be his real name. His information is below if you want to pick these up. And I want to tell you, this is the most detailed, accurate thing I've ever seen. The community over there on their Facebook page, again, information below. Great community. You ask questions, they help you. I've really enjoyed, me, I love the research, I love the creating it, but I also love getting into these new communities where you really, you find people that love the things that you love, and that's part of the joy of what we do when we do these things, right? So this was a challenge, just because, like I said, there's a lot of pieces, parts. So the video itself, how we're going to do this is going to be part one, and I'm going to talk about getting the files printed, getting them ready to print, and then printing them. We're going to work on how to clean them up, and then we're going to go ahead and paint certain bigger components that go in this, because how he's got these set up it's amazing once you see this. So let's say there's the flux capacitor. We're going to go with the thing everybody knows. That one flux capacitor, that could be, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 or 15 files, separate files, little tiny pipes and stuff, clips. You're printing them out, and then you're painting and putting them together. So the detail is incredible. So I'm going to go ahead and do some of the bigger components in this video, painting them, getting them together, and then I'm going to go through how I painted the body. Now, it had its challenges, but boy, I really enjoyed it, and I love the surface on this. It is just, it is beautiful. So words cannot express how excited I was when I got this in from PCBWay. This thing is beautiful and super smooth, but let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. All the pieces, parts. Now, let's take a look at some of the details here, and this is just, probably a quarter of the prints. So you can see going all resin, it really has its advantages because you get that super detail. Now, we've got some blemishes here from supports we're going to sand, and you can see some more in this little piece. The problem I had with some of these pieces and look at that. You can see the little holes in it. Resin, you can't beat it. You can't beat that detail. But the problem I had with some of these pieces they weren't really designed for resin. He's working on that. So some of them were too thin, and I had to tweak them a little bit to get them to print. But once I did, I said, this is what I need to do. Get a bunch of Ziploc bags, go through the instructions, bag things up, and set them aside. Because like I said, there are so many parts. Like, look at all these parts for just the flux capacitor. Then I'm going to go ahead and sand them using a 300, then a 400, then some files, and of course wear a mask because this stuff gets really, really just powdery. So even though this sits flat on that piece, I'm still going to go ahead and take down that bumpiness so that it sits nice and flat. For the really bad stuff, I will start with like a 120 and work my way to a 400. A lot of the stuff I didn't really need to sand again because the resin really makes it a nice smooth print. But you can see I'm using sandpaper, I'm using files, I'm using anything I need to get in there and clear things out. These little cylindrical rasps work great. I went in there and cleared all that out. The pointy ones help with these types of areas, and you really, you want to get in there and make this thing as smooth as you can, but you can see when you're done, it's very dusty. You need to wash that. Now, when I'm working on these little parts, I use tape and I sort of lay it out and then I tape it down, and then I just have the pieces stuck to it, and then I can bring it in the spray booth and paint them, and they just stick to it. And I would recommend doing this because, you have so many little parts. Now, some of them are so tiny, like this, I'm going to just brush on because it wouldn't really make sense to just, use gold spray paint for this. And now we're going to work on our first bigger piece. And you can see we're painting everything. And I broke it, actually, but you can't tell once you put it in its little case, gluing everything together. And you can see, look at the detail in that. Everything is just, I'm just in love with all the parts in this. Now, some of the things, they're so tiny that, I have seen people put more detail into like this radio, and I probably will tweak it a bit, but you just, you're adding little details. Like, look at that thing. That's crazy. That's the amount of detail he is adding to this. And once I've got a lot of the things painted, I'm also now, again, putting them together. I'm looking at the instructions. I'm looking at photos just to make sure that everything's put in there correctly. And look at this thing just slide in there. I am loving this model. My hands aren't, the arthritis, but I am loving working on this model. So again, we're just putting together some of the major components. And I'm using tweezers a lot because things are so small. One thing you will know is if you're doing this in resin, you'll notice that, sometimes the tolerances aren't perfect. So I'm using a Dremel with a little pointy, drill here to go in there and sort of like hog out that stuff so that it can actually mount onto the pieces. No one's going to see that. No one's going to know that, but it really helps things fit together. Now, this was a really cool piece. A lot of components to it. You've got the little cylinder in there, and I'm just using little bits of glue just to get everything held in there. These are those gold pieces that we painted earlier. You can see the tweezers. And then I just used some acetate sheets and cut them out and wrapped it in there. Unfortunately, I cannot find that video, but it looks pretty cool. We'll see it in another one. Now, this piece here, I'm using springs. You'll see that some people use wires, but I thought, wait, cut a spring a little bit, and that would work just fine. And that's what I did. So I used the spring, glued this piece on, and this is another piece that goes in the back area, and I was really happy with how that turned out. Now, this is a piece that goes behind the seat by the flux capacitor, and some of these files have mod files when you buy them. So this was a modified file, so I could easily paint the holders that actually hold that fire extinguisher in. Now, this is what we're going to do to the clear pieces. I'm using Vallejo inks, so this way light can pass through here. And when we add the LEDs, we want to see the lights through them. So the inks, they are translucent, and you can really still see through them. The light is going to look really cool. And I tell you, I've seen other people light these things up on the Facebook group. It looks awesome. So the car did come in super smooth, but I wanted just to make sure. So I did a wet sand with 1,000 and then a 2,000 grit sandpaper just to really make sure any of the little imperfections were taken care of, just to get that really nice, smooth surface. So I just, again, wet sanding, going over it with one, then the other. Now it's got a light gook on it. Go ahead and wash out soap and water and let it dry. Then we're going to prime it using this fine surface primer, and then it gets a coat of the gloss black base from All Clad. Then we go on to the polished aluminum. then we will put the lacquer on. Now, some of the other paints we're going to use for the body are the ocean gray, and that goes in the inside for the car. Then we're going to use gunmetal, and that's for some of the stripe in the front and in the back. And then black rubber, you might have guessed, for the tire. Now you're going to be doing a lot of taping. So I went ahead and taped off the interior because I didn't want all that black to get in there. And now we're going to use the base gloss black, and we're going to airbrush that in, and there it is. Look at how shiny that is. And that happens from the wet sanding, the washing, the preparing your area, and just putting that on. Now we're going to, again, tape off these areas. Now these are areas that stay black because we're going to be putting on our polished aluminum. So that all stays black. And you can see here as I take the paint off, I've done a few other steps like putting on the gunmetal in the front and the back. But you can see just how awesome that aluminum looks on that car. I tell you what, when I saw this paint job, I was super excited. Now, yep, the back did get screwed up, and we've talked about that, and we will talk about it more, but wow, I could not be more happy with how that turned out. It has got a shine to it. Yes, we're going to weather it, but it looks beautiful. Okay, so as you can see in that video, man, a lot of bits and pieces, and that is a quarter of the bits and pieces I am painting or I have been painting. So we'll see more of those little bits and pieces painted and wired in the next video. Some of you who maybe are from the message boards over on Facebook might be seeing me do some of those things and go, wait, you're going out of order. You're putting this thing in, you didn't add LEDs to it. Yeah, I know, I've figured that out after I got to the LED part. I should have read ahead more, and I did, but you know, you get excited and you start gluing things together, and then you realize, oh, I've got to thread an LED through there, and you pop it off and you do the LED, and it happens. You also, of course, notice that the back part, it looks a little rough. This back area where all those components go, I made a mistake. Then the tape got too sticky and it left marks. I tried to sand it. I finally had to stop because I'm afraid I'm going to damage the rest of the body. That looks awesome. A lot of this gets covered up. Plus, I'm going to weather this. So I think everything is going to be okay. And remember, things aren't perfect. I'm also doing this just to have fun and to create just an iconic piece of my childhood that I've made myself. Well, printed myself. I didn't create the files. If you're interested in the files, please check out Didier's links below. An incredible creator, seems like a really nice guy. He's totally active on those Facebook boards. Guys, I really appreciate it. Please, if you like the video, hit like and subscribe. What am I gonna say? Click like and subscribe. And go and check out Didier's links if you're interested in this. Next video, we are gonna be really having some fun with putting together a lot more of these detailed pieces, adding stickers and text and little art pieces, and then we're gonna start to actually wire it up. I think I'm gonna do a separate video, a shorter video just on the flux capacitor, because that was so much fun to do and then see working. It's on my desk connected to the Arduino. It looks awesome. So we'll be doing that probably in its own video. Again, guys, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.